And now we have the purple guitar, the Squier Stagemaster-7. Bought at Pawn Fathers for $175 back in mid-2006. This is completely custom. This is completely stock. I haven't modified it at all. When it came to me, it had a whole bunch of scratches and gouges. Maybe you can see it in the finish here. There's a lot of mild scratches and gouges still there. There's a lot of black paint smudged all over it. Poor thing. I mainly got it to do 80s covers. There are a lot of 80s bands that either use synthesizers as their primary instrument, or dug down into the synthesizer's range a lot, down to the bass range with the synth, so it became like a major part of the normal rhythm section. And doing that, rather than having to untune a guitar or needing that low B note, I figured it would be a lot easier to just, use a 7-string instead of a 6. I do plan to eventually have a Kaler or a Floyd or something put on this, and I can actually have a trem. Maybe then I'll play it even more, but mostly it's used for, I think the first song I ever used this for was a cover of The Cars' Running to You, That song, generally when it's played, the big thing is the rhythm guitar arrangement on it's real sparse, because all you're doing most of the time is and I got kind of tired, and it's got a synthesizer solo, and Elliot Easton's doing this high rhythm stab, Rick was doing something like so that's pretty much most of the song. But I wanted to play it differently. I wanted to, put my own flavor on it. So what I decided to do was play the whole song, with a full-on kind of heavy rock rhythm guitar. So instead, when I'm kicking it in after, I'm instead of playing Rick's part, which I'm playing along with Benjamin Orr's bass, which is and then I play all the other stuff the same, and then when it gets to the choruses, instead of going either or, I'm going so that's how I play Running to You by The Cars. I do it my own way with my own kind of thing. I can play the actual parts, and I also had the ability, on any guitar you can do the solo, so I'm not going to bother showing that. But that just sort of shows you what I use a 7-string for. I use it for that, or Living a Boy's Adventure Tale by Aha. I use it for that, which is like... play like the verse parts like this, and both pickups on. basically all me digging down into Mags Froman's synthesizer parts and following those with the guitar. I mean, that's what I'm basically doing with a lot of the 80s stuff. When I first learned Mental Hopscotch by Missing Persons, I thought it was an F because the video of them on YouTube, the original way it's played is actually... But the way it sounded on the YouTube video, apparently in the 80s they sped it up a little bit when they recorded the music video, so instead it's an F instead of E. So that kind of thing. So basically what I'm doing is I use this guitar mostly for rhythm tracks on 80s songs and sometimes for leads. It was just basically the idea. Mighty Wings by Cheap Trick is the same thing, you know. It's all stuff that's out of the range of a normal guitar because it's all synthesizer driven. Take These Broken Wings, same deal, you know. I'm following along with John Page's bass guitar on it instead of, you know, Steve Ferris's guitar part, which he initially doesn't play anything. He's like something like that, and instead of me playing that, I'm going, you know. So, yeah, this is basically, that's what I use a 7-string for. I am familiar with, you know, Steve Vai using them. I actually wanted one back when I was in my old metal band because we would play Korn a lot, you know. I guess I know. That kind of stuff, that chuggy old new metal kind of stuff that was all really low tuned. So yeah, that's what I use it for, is pretty much new metal and 80s rock covers. Expect to see it turn up on a few more of those.